Okay, just gonna show a trade recap from today. I ended up taking one trade that hit my break even, so managed to trade well. And there were two other setups that presented themselves, and I'll go over those as well and why I didn't take them. But first and foremost, let's just look at the daily. We'll start with the top down. So the daily, I wanted to see previous daily high get taken. We've done that at this point in the session. It's 11 a.m. now. But this morning, that was a target for longs for me. So I marked up previous daily high and I marked up previous daily low. Just marked previous daily low up for no reason other than I just feel like it's just necessary. That's what I do in my analysis. I did not think we were going to go down to that level at all today, but I just like it marked on my chart. The 4 hour, at this point, with this short, let me just check. I'm pretty certain yeah. So with this short, this 4 hour had not formed yet because this candle was still, or actually, I'm sorry. Yeah. This candle was still going. So since it hadn't closed yet, this 4 hour fair value gap technically wasn't formed. Something to take note of. There was a nice long from this 4 hour that I'll talk about too. But the short that I wanted to see, we had taken previous daily high. I'm pretty certain we took it like almost at market open, like 9:45 candle we took it, and we had a nice sweep. Initially, I wanted to see us continue higher to there's this 1 hour fair value gap here that I thought we could take maybe a continuation trade towards if we took previous daily high without me getting an entry. But because we had such a reaction off of previous daily high, such a negative reaction, I figured shorts could be in play. And another reason I really like this, again, is just because of how quickly we rejected previous daily high, right? So I initially was bullish, but rightfully I changed my bias. We rejected off previous daily high so quickly and in versus 2 minutes. So this was a really nice trade in my opinion to enter. I had a nice spot to break even as well, and the 1-to-1 was fairly easy to as a target. Like I thought that was very feasible. There's also these equal lows here that I could have put my TP at, but I like the 1-to-1 most of the time. Now, as you can probably see here, I most likely, unless there was a discrepancy with my entry on Top Step X and I got lucky, if we're using just this entry, which I don't enter on TradingView, this is just simply so I can see how many contracts I want to risk. Which, by the way, if there was a way to do this on Top Step X, I would be so happy because it's so, like, I wouldn't even use TradingView at that point. But for some reason, they don't want to add anything like that. Or maybe I just haven't found it yet. I feel like I've done pretty decent research on it, and they don't have something like that. I just want a tool where I can check, okay, this is how much I need to risk before entering the trade. I don't know why that's rant over. I don't know why that's so ridiculously hard for them to add to the platform now. Anyways, nice 2 minute inversion here. Got a nice fill instantly, went to my break even, was feeling pretty good, especially when we were trading down towards here. And thought, finally, yay, winning trade. It's been so long just because I haven't really entered many trades. So that's really the reason why it's been so long, because there really hasn't been much to enter recently. And so, but what would you know? We end up just chopping. This was pretty tough to sit through pretty much almost the entire AM session. We ended up finally getting a push higher at the latter half of the session, which I'll go over. But again, this probably, I broke even when we reached when we reach this low here. This is my break even. Okay. So stop break even, boom. Okay. We ended up breaking even on that trade. Now, which one's first? Okay. We then had a decent entry from the 4 hour. Okay, but at this point I'm looking at the 5 minute and I'm like, holy shit, like this is just disgusting looking price action. Something I kind of didn't want to be a part of, to be completely honest with you. However, I was looking at this and I was going to enter if my limit got filled, but initially I wanted to see this. I wanted to see us invert this 1 minute, and I wanted to just target this high here, especially because we were so choppy. I didn't want to target much else. As you can see, this was the candle that inverted us, and we just shot up towards that area and actually took it. So limit order was not filled, took the limit off. There was potential to enter with a market order if I got filled right here, or even a little bit higher. I could have targeted 101, whatever, and I would have gotten taken out, and it would have been a decent trade. So that's something I could have entered off of. Break even obviously would have been here had I done that. Instead of this being my TP with the limit, with a market order, it would have been my break even, and then we would have got our TP smacked. Okay, so that was a possibility, and I have to, full disclosure, just get better at being able to adapt to switching from a limit to a market. But what makes it so hard, and I need to find a tool that allows this to just be quicker and easier. I'm using this, right? I'm using this and I'm going like this and I'm saying, okay, cool, this is how much I should risk for a limit or whatever, right? 2 contracts. But then I got to quickly adapt. Like if I am going to enter with a market, then I got to enter with less contracts. And it just becomes just a little difficult, to be honest, like to really, I mean, with a market, you got to enter pretty quickly. Once you realize that we might not come down to the limit, and whatnot. So that was the second trade that I could have taken. I did not. And then the last trade that I could have taken as well. And this, again, I just avoided this. I avoided this one because of chop. This one got avoided because my limit didn't get filled. But this one I avoided because of chop. At the end of the day, it was a good trade. It's just the probabilities, in my opinion, were not the highest because of just the price action we had all morning, right? Like you got to understand, upon my entry here, what would have been my entry, we're still in this range. So fuck knows, we could easily just trade back down. This is disgusting, right? It looks like a barcode. So anyways, you could see we end up respecting this 5 minute with this candle, this 5 minute fair value gap, and obviously we are respecting this 4 hour that we tapped into at this point. So respecting 2 higher time frame fair value gaps, right? That's a good sign for bullishness. And so from there, we invert this 1 minute. This, looking back, was a great trade. Obviously, we hit TP, right? My TP was perfectly aligned with this high here that we had formed for a nice 1-to-1. My break even would have been an easy at the high here, right? So easy break even. And yeah, this would have been a solid trade. The only thing, again, was just the fact that we were so choppy on the 5 minute. So choppy. You can see it on the 15 minute too, just so choppy that I was trying to avoid taking a stupid loss. But you could see how there was an entry there as well. Let me just show my entry on Top Step. Not that it matters. Also, you got to understand how difficult this is for me. Okay. This is my Express account. You can see I have $575 balance, right? Therefore, I cannot trade the same risk that I do on my 3 trading combines. I just can't. I want to risk more than 0.5% on my trading combines. Otherwise, it will take me fucking 3 years to pass them. So I want to risk at least a full percent, $500 on the trading combines, which I cannot do on here. So meaning I cannot copy trade. So if I place a limit or if I have to quickly enter with a market order, it makes it extremely difficult, right? And that is obviously compounded on top of the fact that I can't set my risk parameters here like I'd want to. I want to easily be able to, even if it was the same tool, just let me do this on Top Step X so I don't have to switch from TradingView back to Top Step X like this, right? Just, I mean, if anyone from Top Step sees this video, which is very unlikely, but please add a friggin' tool like that. It's just so frustrating. But yeah, it compounds, right? Because I actually only entered, I ended up only getting an entry on my Express account because of how quickly we ended up moving from my limit order that, or actually I think I entered with a market. So we just moved so quickly from there that I wasn't able to set a limit or in time. I wasn't able to set a limit or I wasn't able to enter market in time on the combines, right? All the combine are being copy traded. So I only need to place a trade on 2 accounts, but it's still extremely like price moves fast. Like, so that's an issue I'm currently having right now as far as just like my executions. But yeah, those were the 3 setups that formed today that you could have taken. Obviously, the one I took ended up being break even, and the 2 others could have been wins. So yeah, that's the trade recap, and we will see what tomorrow holds. Tomorrow will be Friday. Supposedly Trump is having a meeting or a press conference at like 3 p.m. today, so that could be the reason for the chop this morning. However, we did end up expanding after, so I don't know. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter why it did what it did, but it's nice to know that might be the reason. But yeah, so that was a trade recap.